I'm going to talk to you about ABC's Once Upon a Time. It has become one of my favorite shows at the moment, and I'll admit that at first I was a little skeptical to watch it just because I thought that their writers were going to take my favorite fairy tale characters and completely ruin their stories, or I thought they were just going to take the Grimm's fairy tales and basically just turn it into a television show. I was completely wrong. Once Upon a Time is in the middle of its third season, and it's still going pretty strong. I'm going to give you a short rundown of the show. The show takes place in a fictional town in Maine called Storybrooke. The entire town is occupied by residents who are characters from our favorite fairy tales that we all know. Snow White lives there, the Seven Dwarves, Rumpelstiltskin, the Evil Queen, Prince Charming, Belle, anyone you can think of is there. Even the Mad Hatter even makes an appearance in there for some episodes. All of the characters that are in Storybrooke were transported to the real world because the Evil Queen put a powerful curse on them, which took them out of their magical kingdom and put them in a place where magic does not exist. The Evil Queen also robbed them of their memory, so none of them know who they really are. They have no idea that some of them contain magic or have any powers whatsoever. They have no recollection of their lives previous to the evil curse. And the Evil Queen is the only one who knows that the curse was put on the magical kingdom. So she's aware that everyone is walking around not knowing who they are, and she's okay with it. The Evil Queen's main goal was to rob Snow White of her happy ever afters. So in the real world, Snow does not have a Prince Charming. They live in the same town. They pass each other by all the time. They know who each other are, but they do not know that they were once living in a magical kingdom, about to be the prince and princess of this magical kingdom. But here's your twist. Before the curse was put on the Magic Kingdom, Snow and Charming had just had their firstborn daughter, and her name was Emma. And to save Emma from the curse, because they thought the Evil Queen was going to kill everybody in the Magical Kingdom, and they didn't want their firstborn daughter to die, they still wanted her to live and continue a life somehow. So to save Emma from the curse, they put her in this magical wardrobe that Geppetto actually made for Pinocchio, and it sent her to another world so she could be safe. Wait, there's one more twist. Emma ended up getting sent to the real world where she had a son 20 years after being put in the wardrobe, and her son ended up being adopted by the Evil Queen. And now Emma has found her way to Storybrooke, and her job is to save magic. Mind blown. Also, did I mention that the people of Storybrooke have been frozen in time for 28 years, so they remain ageless, thus resulting in Emma being just about the same age as her parents, Charming and Snow? Now, I know that sounds like a lot to take in, but trust me, the more you watch a show, the more you get sucked in. It's really hard to describe. You just have to watch a show in order to understand the entirety of everything and how everything works. The main reason I kept watching after all this ridiculousness is because there are so many stories going on that keep you engaged. The show is written by the same people who wrote Lost. So if you've seen Lost, you know that there are countless flashbacks and stories going on in the past, as well as the main story that's happening in the present. So there's a lot for you to like, and there's a lot for you to dislike. But you don't just have to like one main part of the show. Like I said, in the end, everything just circles around and everything makes sense and comes together as one whole story. And all of your favorite fairy tale characters end up making an appearance in the show because they all end up tying into the main story some way. It's fantastic, really. They even take some of the original stories and give them a background to justify why they've become the characters that we are so familiar with. There are just so many twists and turns, but it isn't overwhelming one bit because it all makes sense and everything just meshes together so well. Not only is the storyline amazing, but the costumes are phenomenal and the sets are so crazy. Everything is just so detailed and everything represents the characters and the story so well. All in all, the story is pretty great. I started off not really wanting to watch it because I didn't know where they were going to be able to go with all of these fairy tales and what they were going to do to them. but it ended up being pretty good, and it's definitely up there and one of my favorites. Thank you.